What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speak. I got my guys in here. I got Tunk, my man Tunk in here. I got Clayton in here. I got my man Man in here. The golf pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please don't put that nigga out of the
Hey,
world.
Mike, brothers in the name of bad golf.
That's right. That's right. Brothers against good golfing.
I love that name, man.
I told you, I definitely qualify for that. Brothers in the name of bad golf, man. I definitely qualify for that. But Tunk made a suggestion, right, about the topic, and I thought that was a good topic about Anthony Edwards, right? And discussing like what Anthony Edwards said as far as like what did he say? Like only talented player in the league was
Mike back then when he played.
He was the only athletic ball player in the league was
Mike.
Mike.
He the only one that had skill back when he played. That's why he was able to do the things, accomplish the things he did. And he's saying right now, everybody got skills now. You know what I'm saying? He said everybody got skills now. So, pretty much taking a shot, you know what I'm saying? Which it seems like these modern day athletes in basketball. I don't see it as much in other sports. I don't see it as much in football and baseball. But as far as basketball, these guys seem to just, dismiss the players that played before them, man. It's kind of like a head scratcher. Yeah.
Right, because basketball itself, man, these dudes don't understand the legacy of what goes on in basketball. Because basketball, to me, it always seemed like a me first type game.
Yep.
Whereas though in the other sports, you can't be me first because you won't win.
That's right. That's a good point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But even though it's a me first type sport, right? Even the older guys realized back in the day that you got to know the history. Far as like of the game, so you can know how to navigate that landscape, right?
Exactly.
And then because in my opinion, like a lot of guys, not just Anthony Edwards, but a lot of guys seem like from this generation, like they try to do things differently than like what some of the older guys did it, and they getting a different result. You know what I mean? As far as, like, it's affecting their legacy in a different way than it used to affect the legacy of guys or people who played in the past.
Well, see, let me say this because this is a good point for me to make that the NBA itself, these guys is letting the league change around them. That's why more European players are now coming over here and changing the landscape of the NBA.
Yeah.
Because the ones that's coming from America don't really understand or want to grasp the aspect of what happened back in the past. You know what I'm saying? How basketball was so physical. How, you go to the hole, you knew you was going to get beat up, but that was part of the game. They let the Europeans come in and change how they play.
Well, that I think what I'm saying? That's decided by the league itself, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the league itself.
Yeah, but yeah, right. You're right about that. But the league recognized that their stars are coming from over there now. So that's why the league is changing their attitude towards the prime example is the Eurostep. You know what I'm saying? Eurostep is crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yet now it's legal.
That's league rule, but that's league rules changing. Right, but the league adapted to that because it was coming from over in Europe. Yeah.
And a lot of their players couldn't adapt to the way the way American was playing.
But I think NBA is trying to pivot now. That's why, because you figure the top three stars, just look at the first team All NBA. It was only one American-born player on there, and that was Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? That was the first team All NBA. All of them was guys that was from overseas. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's probably why we starting to see a lot of Ant-Man hype, so to speak, is because they're trying to get a homegrown player to that level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So NBA is trying to push that. Go ahead, Clayton. Go ahead.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think when he said that these guys don't have skills, was he mistaking skills for athleticism? Because I think the two are different.
They're definitely different. And I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was a ton of athleticism. All right, this
I agree with that. Yeah. Go ahead, Mike.
A ton of athleticism back in the day, but the only thing is, like, when if all you brought to the table back in the day was athleticism, that wasn't just gonna cut it.
That wasn't gonna be enough. Right.
So now that the game is easier, you can get away with just being an athlete more so than you could back in the day. But back then, you could hop out the gym. You had to have some skill to go with that athleticism.
You had to go, yes. And another thing I find interesting is for Ant-Man to say that, and yet you see these videos with Akeem Olajuwon running drills with Giannis and teaching some of these other guys footwork and angles, and then you see even what's the guy name that used to play for what was his name, man? I even seen him doing drills with guys. He don't, even though he older now, I forget his name. But you see these younger guys in the gym working out with some of them guys from that era learning stuff. For him to say that, it's like, how do you even make a statement like that? Are you telling me Magic Johnson wasn't the most? I mean, it don't get no more skill than that.
Right.
Hey, to me, you had to have more skill to play back then than you do now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I don't know what he's talking about, because back then you have superstars that will dominate most of the members of the NBA now that never even won a ring. If you put Vince Carter into this generation now, Vince Carter will destroy. Tracy McGrady will destroy. Charles Barkley will destroy. You know what I'm saying? So Barkley, I think I'm just saying, if you go from that generation to this generation, but to say that generation had no skill, it's ridiculous to me, because, like I said, you actually had to be more talented because they played defense. You know what I'm saying? So they played defense. So you wasn't getting a wide open 3 90% of the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
do you know how hard it is to dribble and get to your spot on the court when a dude is hand checking you and he got
hand checking, forearms, hands on you? Absolutely.
King talked about that. Well, actually, it was Dominique talking about defending Bernard King. He was saying, like, man, this guy, you had to meet him at half court, man. He said, man, because he was that tough. And Bernard King, you know, people who know ball, we know him, but you know, a lot of people like Bernard King. You know what I mean? What he do? You know what I'm saying? But
he was old.
Ain't no question. He's official. You know what I mean? But
George Gervin, they said George Gervin, he was so good at, like, a lot of people say they never seen nobody that was a better scorer than George Gervin. You know what I mean? George Gervin, he used to go back to the gym and put up 500 to 1,000 shots a day. You know what I mean? So these kids right now, like with these AAU kids, all they do basically now is just practice drills.
My uncle always told me a story about Skip Wise mentioned when Skip Wise went down to San Antonio, he came back to telling everybody about Gervin. He said, man, that's just crazy. He said what he can do is just crazy, man.
Shit, hey, let's not forget about Dr. J and when he first came in. They said he could dissect the shit out of a defense. You would man up on him and you would try to check him. He'll throw you like Jordan threw what you call him from Utah. Dr. J was doing that back in the day, just throwing you around. Like, get out the way, boy.
I'm gonna tell you who really personifies skill. And Baltimore's own Sam. Because Sam wasn't athletic at all.
Right.
And he would kill you because of the skill set, the angles, and all that stuff, man.
Without take away that mid-range shot was a skill.
That's a skill.
Was a skill. That was
absolutely.
And you had power forwards that can make that shot. Power forwards that can make that 12 to 15 foot shot. You know what I'm saying?
So much goes into footwork, man. The footwork and the fundamentals of footwork is so underestimated and so overlooked in the game of basketball, man. It is so overlooked. That's why Kobe was so great.
Yep.
Let me ask you a
he was
question.
athletically great, but that footwork was serious.
So let me ask you a question. In the NBA now, do they even play an inside-outside game now?
No.
It doesn't seem like it.
No.
No.
Not in the way that we know it.
I think the Denver Nuggets. I think the Denver Nuggets do a good job of that.
Well, that's
I think Denver do.
And Jokic is a
Yeah.
pass. You know what I mean?
And a lot of times he in the high post.
Like I say, a lot of times he's shooting threes, ain't he?
Yeah, he shoots threes too.
But they definitely work that inside out game. You know,
well,
and I thought Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee did it too when Drew was there. I think Milwaukee did it too.
Yeah.
But who? With Giannis?
Yeah, when Drew was there.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It's different now, but let me ask y'all this, right? All right, so because Anthony Edwards had that attitude of, you know, as far as like the skills are better now, right? Do y'all think that's going to affect like how he approached the league, and like will that affect him being able to rise to the level of being like the face of the NBA?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it will.
Yeah.
Why,
because
man?
the simple fact is when you talk so much, you got to back it up. And Anthony, and let's be honest with you, what has he done?
Right.
Yeah.
That's where I'm with.
What have you done to say anything about any other generation and how they played?
That's right. That's why I'm with.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going to get him, because you're going to get those who know about the NBA in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s that's going to question his skills. And then you're going to get the newer generation that's going to be like, okay, you talking shit now, back it up. But if you can't go to the championship, the conference finals, or the NBA finals, how you backing that up?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the situation you got to back up.
I think the only thing that'll stop him from not being the face of the league, if he doesn't have any commercialability, if he's not marketable and stuff like that, I don't necessarily think making a statement like that is going to do it. Now, one thing that might hinder him, as he's not with the powerhouse brand Nike, I think he's with Adidas instead. That might be something. But as far as I just think if you marketable, that machine gonna put you where they want to put you at.
Well, what about winning? Where do winning fall in on that? You know what I mean? Like, you could be marketable, but don't you have to win?
You can be the face of the league and not win. Like Dr. J, to me, at one point, even though Magic and Bird had what they had and stuff, Dr. J at one point was the face of the NBA. And he wasn't a champion yet.
But look what happened. The NBA was dying.
Yeah.
No,
the NBA was dying.
No, I don't know if they was dying.
Oh no, yeah, you got the documentary. Before Magic and Bird came in, the NBA was go bankrupt.
I think the combination of bringing the ABA into the merge was to save them from dying. But I'm just saying, when Doc got there, he was the most recognizable basketball player on the planet. That number 6, that Philly, he was doing Coke commercials and all this other stuff.
You forget about Kareem.
I think Kareem was the champion, but Dr. J had Madison Avenue. He had it.
No, Clay, you make a good point.
Yeah. I'm not saying he wasn't marketable, but you still had your guys. You still had you still had Kareem sitting up there. You still had
Kareem was still
Kareem was an all-time great. I'm not saying he wasn't, but I'm just saying commerciality. Like Kareem was a big, and Kareem was an excellent player, Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats. But Dr. J had that charisma and everybody knew Dr. J, and he wasn't a champion yet. Kids wanted to be him.
Let's not forget
not in the NBA, right? Not in the NBA, right.
So, all right, let me hear what y'all think about this, because I think of the face of the NBA. I think of somebody that's winning and somebody that's dominating, right? And so the reason I say that is because with all right, so in order to be the face, like in my opinion, there was only one person that was the face of the NBA, and I'm gonna tell you why I say it was Mike. Well, not just Mike, it was Mike and Bill Russell, right? Because, all right, when Mike was doing his thing, Mike was winning. Mike was at the top of the hill, right? And so everybody else was challenging Mike for that. And if you go back to Bird and you go to Magic, they went back and forth. So that means that Magic and Bird and Doc and all those dudes from that era, they shared that stage, right? And then when you go beyond that, then you have Kobe. You have Kobe shared his stage with Tim Duncan and a few other guys, but Kobe never stopped nobody from and never raised himself above nobody to stop them from getting rings. And then, all right, so then you go up to LeBron James, right? LeBron shared his stage with Kobe. LeBron shared his stage with what's the dude name? Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, the only one. Mike and Bill Russell, they are the only ones who prevented dudes, like they stood on that mountain alone. So they prevented, so that, in my opinion, that's what made Mike the face of the league.
Okay.
Well, but yeah,
So,
and you got a good point.
So you looking at the face of the league being who's winning. I was looking at the face of the league as when they start marketing the league and putting promo stuff up and stuff like that, what face do they use for recognition and recognizable and stuff like that? Like, my thing is somebody that everybody in America know. That's the face to me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
To me, the face of the NBA is a little bit about what both of you guys are describing. He has to be marketable, but he also has to be a winner. Right. The thing that we're missing is he can't be controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's what leaves a lot of the people in the NBA out. I mean, as the face of the NBA out because the controversy they brings. Prime example, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Before Jordan was winning, there was Isaiah. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But Isaiah was so controversial that the NBA wouldn't market him the way they wanted to. Shit, he didn't even make it to the Dream Team.
But let me ask you this: do you think Isaiah?
If I'm not mistaken, did they win the championship the year the Dream Team was put together?
Oh no, I don't think
so. Did Detroit win that year?
Mike and them had just won.
They had just
won. Mike and them started in '93, right?
No, they first won in 91.
92.
That was the second time.
That was the
second time. Okay.
Yeah, but man, let me say this to you. Do you think if Isaiah wasn't controversial, would his light and his shine would have been brighter than Magic and Bird?
No.
Even if he wasn't controversial?
No.
I don't think it would have been as bright, but it would have been marketable.
Yeah.
Right.
I still think he was marketable. Isaiah was marketable in a sense.
Right, but the NBA didn't do it.
And that's because Clayton, because he won. See, he won in Detroit. See what Ant-Man had to do. If he stay in Minnesota, he's gonna have to win. You said facial recognition. If he's not winning in Minnesota, I mean, they're gonna play some, some prime time game. You know what I mean? But a lot of people ain't gonna see him. You know what I'm saying? Like they saw Mike, like they saw Magic, like they saw Bird, like they saw Doc. They're not gonna see
that. That's the thing. That's the thing for me. Like, marketing is like what face I'm gonna use to promote my league, and sometimes that's not always the one that's the champion. No, that's all I'm saying.
But you gotta know who you marketing. The fans as a whole gotta know who he is.
Yeah, because you can't market a bum. Right. You can't market a bum just because he's recognized.
Right.
If but let me ask you this. Don't the fans want to see a winner though? You know what I mean? Like, they want to see somebody that's winning.
Right. You can't market somebody who's not in the playoff constantly and the championship constantly. You can't market him.
I'll give you an example. People wanted to see Dr. J because he flew through the air. So people wanted to see that. So the NBA marketed him. Madison Avenue marketed him. Dr. J, he had his Dr. J tennis shoes.
Put back on you with Doc, man, because I feel like, man, you use Doc in a bad spot sometimes, man.
No, it's great. It's a great thing. Okay. Look at what Doc influenced, huh?
Right. That's right.
I'm not saying Doc wasn't a winner. I'm just saying, man, when he came into the NBA, when he was playing for the Sixers, before he won, that's why it was such an exuberating celebration when he got his ring. Because for all those years he did and carried the league, he finally got it. Dr. J was so charismatic. Kids all over the country, the world, wanted to be Dr. J. And that's because they wanted to watch him do his acrobats and fly through the air. Same with Mike. After Mike did that dunk against Merlin, everybody wanted to watch him to see what he was going to do next. I just think marketing your sport ain't necessarily about the champion. That's all I'm saying. And the face of the league, to me, is about a winner. The most marketable.
Because
To me, it's about a winner.
Yeah, let me say this to that, right? Because when Magic wasn't winning, they was calling him Tragic Johnson. Then when before Mike won, you know what I mean? They was like, well, Mike can't win the big one. You know what I mean? So all
but
that
he's
stuff.
but he's
when
but
Mike
he's
gave
still
63. And,
that's what the critics was writing, but that was the NBA was still marketing these guys. They were still a face.
Mike wasn't the face.
Yeah,
So
they
Mike started
was.
winning.
That's not true. That's not true.
Mike was not the face until he started winning.
Well, we disagree. We disagree with that. We disagree with that. I disagree.
Magic Johnson.
Look, Clay, that's why
Mike came in. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, see, that's why I said the criteria should be like when you win and you set yourself apart from everybody, then you can be the face of the league. So if you're not setting yourself apart, you can't be the face. You could be one of the faces, but if you sharing that stage, it's a different level to be the face. That's why, you know what I mean? It's a whole separate level to be the face or sharing the stage. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson shared the stage. Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan, they shared the stage.
Yep, and Diesel too.
LeBron, LeBron shared the stage with, you know what I mean? When you set yourself apart, if you ever in a position where you can set yourself apart from somebody else, you don't have to share the stage. That's it. You know what I mean? So the league can't do nothing about it. Sponsors can't do nothing about it because you dictate that with your play on the court.
Right. Yeah. I mean, during Jordan's time, he was definitely the main face in the NBA. No doubt about that.
And
when he left for his 2 years, when Jordan left for his 2 years, the NBA was like, oh shit, what the fuck did we do?
Yeah, but go back.
So they had nobody lined up.
Before he won. Mike came in 84. Right. Mike wasn't the face in 84 when he was getting swept in the first round against Boston. He wasn't the face when he was scoring 63 against them and getting swept. He wasn't the face then because he hadn't won yet.
Exactly.
Well, to me, if he wasn't the face, he wouldn't have been on every single thing the NBA used to market.
But see, the thing about that's the thing.
What set Mike apart? What set Mike apart? And what? Yes, he was, man. Not in the 80s. Listen, man, when he came back and he hit that 63 on Boston in the Garden, the NBA couldn't stop promoting this guy because they knew people was going to tune in, if nothing else, to see how many points he was going to hit.
Listen, that's why the Lakers was called Showtime.
Listen to me for a second. You can have champions. Champions don't make people watch the championships. They just don't. That's because they don't.
That don't make no sense.
Listen, basketball purists tune in, but the mass audience, they want to see something. Listen, when Mike started doing what he did, let me just finish my statement for a minute. When Mike started doing what he did, his games was more watched than the finals. So guess what the corporation NBA do? We're gonna carve out a pass to make sure he's in the finals.
Listen,
I would agree with you guys. I would agree with you guys if it was strictly on play is what make you that. But it doesn't. It's charisma. It's people loving you, watching you.
I gotta disagree because the fact that you're talking that the Chicago Bulls in the 80s was the most watched and televised team is it was the Lakers. It was the Lakers.
No,
it's the Lakers.
The Lakers is the biggest brand. And when Mike started doing what he was doing, most viewed television.
Listen, Mike came in the league in 84. When did Mike win his first championship?
91.
Don't matter.
Okay, so it does matter because you don't.
It don't matter in terms of people watching them.
It does. Let me ask you a question. Name one face of any sport that sport has been promoted that hasn't won a championship.
I just gave you. I just gave it to you.
But Mike started being promoted when he started winning.
That's not true.
It is.
So you mean in 84 through 87, they was promoting Mike Clay?
Mike was making more money endorsement than anybody.
No. That's a different subject.
Let me say this to you. Why do you think Michael Jordan and the Bulls was on national TV all the time and they wasn't champions?
Why? Who was on national TV all the time?
Boston. That's why they was playing Boston.
No, they was
In the
putting
eight,
regular
yo, come
season
on.
games. They was putting the Bulls on TV. Let me tell y'all something. The first time he hit 60 against Detroit, Detroit wasn't even the champion yet. They was
Yeah.
on national television.
In
It
the
wasn't even
80s,
that many
listen,
NBA games coming on national
in the
TV.
80s, I think the Knicks was on more than what the Bulls was on. In the
All right, I
80s.
can't listen. I can't.
They were in the
That's
80s.
just my view. That's just my view. I just
All
think
right,
the
well, let me,
face of the league is the person that makes
The
people
NBA,
watch.
the
That's it.
NBA has always marketing champions. That's why Vince Carter has never been the face of the NBA. Tracy McGrady has never been the face of the NBA. Charles Barkley has never been the face of the NBA. Patrick Ewing never been the face of the NBA. Why? Because these dudes has never won the championship.
That's right.
But
all right,
they've never
Never.
captivated the they haven't captivated the imagination
Hold
of the
up.
people.
You trying to say Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady has never captivated people?
I'm not to that degree.
What?
Listen, they did some fantastic stuff. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying
You
not
know
to
what Mike
that
did with that
degree.
NBA?
What is
You
the
know what Mike
degree
did
though?
with that
What is
NBA?
the degree? What is
He
the
won.
level of the
He
degree?
won. He won. That's what Michael
Right,
Jordan
that's what I'm
won.
saying. He
He
won.
Y'all
won.
act like, let me
hey,
say this. Y'all act like Michael Jordan wasn't a household name and wasn't on everything until he won a title, and that's not true.
No, what I'm
all right,
saying, no, that's not what I'm saying is. What I'm
Think
saying
about
is
him in
the
Spike Lee commercial.
NBA,
It's the
yeah,
shoes, Morris. It's the shoes.
that's
Be like
Nike.
all that
That's
stuff.
Nike. That has
That's
nothing to do
Nike.
with NBA. That's
It does
Nike.
have
That's
something to do with
Nike.
the NBA.
It's nothing.
That's
The Nike,
Nike.
yo, Nike doesn't own the
Okay,
NBA and the NBA
okay,
doesn't own
okay,
Nike. In
Hey,
the
no, they
okay,
won,
80s, it was
they won,
okay,
man.
Showtime, Magic
okay,
Johnson, and the Lakers. That's all it
okay.
is. It was the Lakers.
What did Jason Tatum? I'm not Jason Tatum. What did Jalen Brown say about getting the Olympic snub? He said Nike.
Oh yeah, they might run the NBA now. That's for
Right.
sure.
We're
Come on,
talking in the
man.
80s. We ain't
You
talking
know,
about
about
now.
40 years
All
We
ago.
ain't,
right,
yeah.
man.
About 40
So,
years
and remember,
ago.
hold up. And then remember,
I
in the 80s,
digress. I
hold up.
digress.
In
I
the 80s,
digress.
the Nike wasn't even the largest shoe company.
You talk about 40 years ago, play. That's different. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's different.
All
all right,
right.
all right,
Listen, I
hold on.
digress.
Let me let Heart and Soul chime in, right? Because Heart and
hmm
Soul said the 1987 slam dunk contest elevated Mike Jordan's popularity, right? And
It
that's true. All
helped.
right, so all right, that made him popular. That's true, but I don't think that made him the face of the league, and that's what we talking about. So
And I think, yeah, go. I just think the most popular person is the face of the league. That's all I'm saying.
all right, so let me say this. All right, so like when you think about like Caitlin Clark, take her for instance, right?
Yep.
She's getting a lot of attention and she's doing some great things in her rookie season, right? So do you think that qualifies her as the face of the league, like because she's so
She's the
popular?
most. She's the most popular person. She's the
I
most
say, in my
marketable.
opinion, so you think that she's the face of the league over Asia Wilson,
Everyone.
Breonna Stewart?
Everyone.
Yeah.
But hold up, and let me tell you why that
She's
is. And
not the
she's definitely.
best.
She's not the best player, and she's not
No.
even a champion. But let me tell you
Nope.
why she's the face of the NBA in the WNBA. Because the
Mhm.
WNBA is a dying league. Just like
Mm.
when Magic and Bird came into the NBA and had to
Mhm.
become the face because it was a dying league. So they
But
have
it
to
don't, you don't think
they
it
have
has
to
nothing to
bring
do with
people.
her? But you don't think it has nothing to do with the people that's gravitated to her when she was in college, her fan base? You don't
Right.
think it's got nothing to do with
That's my
that?
point. That is actually
Okay.
she won nothing. She won nothing in
So
college
let me ask y'all this question: why do all those people watch Caitlin Clark and love Caitlin Clark when she's never won a title?
because what she does for what she does for her fan base. One,
Okay.
it's a women's game that has
Okay.
not had anybody to generate any money right now.
Okay.
Two, and let's be simple, put it all on the table. She's Caucasian.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's put it out there. So
If
Well,
he
Sue
ain't spread,
Bird, well,
he
Breonna
ain't spread.
Stewart, Sue Bird, Diana, all
He
them,
ain't spread.
they
He
not
ain't
black.
spread. Right.
listen,
Keep it
no,
black.
But I just brought that point up to say people don't watch just because you win. People watch
people
because they
do.
see something in
People
you.
do. People absolutely
They
do.
do
People
watch for
don't
your
watch
win, but that's not.
losers.
But I'm just saying,
they're going
all
to
these
get
people,
Listen,
all these people
they're
watch
going to get
Caitlin Clark because of her charisma, style of play, and stuff like that.
they're going to get the
they watched.
diehard fans to tune in. We're going to watch because we're fans, but the
Right.
casual fans are going to tune in because facial recognition, like you mentioned before, and you get that by winning and things like that. Then the casual fan be like, "Oh, all right, I'm gonna watch her. She won or she's in the championship, so let me tune in." The diehard fans like us, we're going to watch because we're fans. So we know these players and things like that. But the casual fan, for instance, like my wife, she will watch like, "Oh, that's Caitlin Clark. I hear her name all the time. Let me see."
Right.
You
But
understand?
why did she hear her name all the time?
Because the media is putting her out in front because the
And why
NBA
is the
has
media doing that?
because the
Because
NBA
she
the
has
WNBA
because of her fan base.
no because the WNBA has nobody to market.
But
They don't have anybody.
they was doing Caitlin like this in college.
Yeah.
They have nobody.
She didn't galvanize a certain fan base. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm trying to
huge
say.
one.
Right.
Right. And
So
she
look,
can play. It ain't like she a bum.
But our whole conversation is about why is she being the face of the WNBA right now? That's our whole conversation. And my
Right.
point to that is, it's the same reason when Magic and Bird came out of college and went straight to the NBA, the NBA had nobody to market. So they had to figure out who to market. Magic had his fans coming out. Bird had his fans coming out of college.
And then the setup was there. One East Coast,
Right.
one West Coast, one Showtime, one supposed to be blue collar town. You know, it was all.
Hey, hold up. And let's not forget the year that they graduated, it was Angel Reese with her. Okay, they were drawing them up like Magic and Bird was drawing up.
They were.
Right, right.
They were.
Okay, so let's not forget that they was trying to manufacture a rival before they even got to the league.
Yep.
Because they knew that Magic and that Bird scenario brings people in to watch.
Right. That's
So
right.
for every good guy, you have to have a villain, and that's what they was trying to set up. Some people she's a good guy, some people she's a villain.
Yeah.
So that's what the WNBA had to do to survive. And now they're thriving right now. So the marketing techniques worked.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in the NBA now, though.
So
So
what
that's
about,
my whole
so
point.
y'all don't think like, all right, so Heart and Soul said Caitlin's game is fun to watch because of the logo threes and the passing ability, right? And that's true too, right? Because like Tunk said, she definitely ain't no bum, you know what I mean? But all right, but will this continue? Like if she don't win, just like we talking about Ant-Man, if she don't wind up winning some championships, like will she continue to be the face of the league then?
Absolutely not.
What you think, Tunk?
No. That'll fade. That'll fade.
Yeah.
That'll fade, right.
People will show up, you know what I mean, to watch her, you know what I mean? But she won't be the face. You can't be the face and not be a winner. You know what I mean? That's it. How you gonna prop a loser up there? Because if you ain't winning, you losing. So how you gonna prop a loser up as the face of your sport? Or that's like me. I'm working for a Fortune 500 company, but I'm the out of 100 salesmen, I'm number 99 on the list. But I got the best wardrobe and I can speak well and I'm more articulate and things like that. But I mean, it's 100 people doing their job better than you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll say this. I guarantee you guys she win a WNBA championship.
Well, and remember the WNBA has already tried that. Remember Rebecca Lobo.
I'm just saying.
Remember when she first came in the league?
Rebecca Lobo and Caitlin Clark ain't this girl.
No. But remember when she came in the league, the WNBA tried to market her. Okay, she was the face of the NBA. The WNBA. Then when she didn't win anything, you couldn't hear Rebecca Lobo's name no more.
But here again, she didn't bring that fanfare that this girl brought. Also, Rebecca Lobo.
And she wasn't as nice.
I didn't say she wasn't nice. What I'm saying is she didn't bring this fanfare. That's all.
Right. That's all.
Yeah, she was nice.
I'm just talking about the fact that the WNBA goes after a marketable person that they think is marketable. And when they don't win,
just remember that.
And when they don't win, they just they push them to the side. That's what they do.
Right. But just remember this. with the way Caitlin Clark's games get watched
Uh-huh.
and the WNBA growing their game, she will be in the WNBA championship scene at some point.
I wouldn't doubt
Well,
that.
see,
Because
listen,
everybody watches her.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say that. Then with that statement, you might well saying, are you saying that the WNBA is rigged? Because if they don't put no
Every
people,
sports league.
hold up, if they don't put no people around her, she gonna be a Charles Barkley of the league.
Man. Hey, Clay, I'm starting to get on board with that, man. I ain't lying, man. I'm starting to get on board with that, man.
Every league.
Yeah, man. I'm starting to get on board with that, man. I'm serious, man. Yeah. You see some things make you scratch your head, man. You like, yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear you. And it makes it seem like you can't be this if you're not a winner. But I just know I'm not going to compromise my bottom line. So I'm going to make sure this girl a winner. I'm not going to compromise my bottom line. I'm going to make sure Jordan get championships.
Listen,
I'm not going to compromise this stuff.
You may be compromising your bottom line by setting up games.
No, because you got a way to do it. You got control over everything. The media, the spin, like everything.
Yeah, but you ain't got control over it. But you ain't got control over the way people play.
No,
the people that's actually putting the ball in the basket.
In a sense, you do. In a sense. You got a lot of influence over momentum, officiating, this, that, and man.
That's the number one.
That's the number one thing.
Number one right there.
And then another thing, man, a lot of these athletes, and I know this for a fact, a lot of these athletes have to sign NDAs. So it's stuff that go down they can't even speak on.
Well, let me say this real quick, man. I have heard NBA ball players say in interviews that they know that, like, in championships games, they have to beat their opponents by like 15 or 20 points in order for the referees not to be a factor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that may be true. I mean, shit, if you really look at it, the referees are a factor in every sport.
Yep.
But what I'm saying to you, saying it to you is this, though. If the NBA or the WNBA is willing to risk what goes on, because social media can bury anything at this point now.
Nowadays,
okay?
Yep.
If they're willing to risk their conference and go back to where they were as being irrelevant in basketball, period, to set Caitlin Clark up to win, that's a bad move.
She's going to win. She's going to win.
I'm
going to tell you, this is how they do it. It's real subtle. They leave a little room for doubt. And when you're an addict and you consumed in something, that doubt will keep you there.
Listen, the NBA, when LeBron James first came in, the NBA tried to do everything to get Cleveland that championship. Okay? When LeBron James first started his championship run, the NBA wanted him to get them championships. And he just couldn't do it with the people around him.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share this with you, man. I'm gonna share this with you, man. The day he decided to go back to Cleveland, I was talking to a group of Filipino guys. It's hard to prove this, no documentation, but this is a fact. The day he decided to go back to Cleveland, I told those group of Filipino guys, I said his second year there, they're gonna win it. How can I say that? And then my friend,
look who was on his team.
It's not the point. I'm just saying to you, it's like you can see, but you can see the play. That's why he went back. You can see the play. That's all I'm saying.
The whole point.
And look, go ahead.
I go ahead and say, because I mean, look at who he went back to. It ain't like he went back to a struggling Cleveland team.
I'm just saying. You can see the play.
So look,
you can see the play.
Do you think it's a play that they trying to make LeBron the GOAT of the NBA? Do you think that's a play? Like, that's manufactured?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they trying, but it's just, but you got different forces that work with that. Like, but they trying. Yeah, you see how the media and everything is. You see,
but let's break it down, because like I said on the old show, it's the generation that's doing it. Okay. The generation of the 80s would say, the greatest player I've ever seen was Magic Johnson. But then our generation be like, yo, Jordan will kill Magic. Yeah. It's the generation that does that. It's not had to do with the league. It's the generation. If the league can market the generation to the LeBron generation, they will do that. Just like they marketed to us with Jordan. They threw Jordan in our face every single game that once he started winning, every single game, they threw Jordan in our face.
Yep.
So we had no option to say that Jordan was the greatest that we saw.
We were seeing them all the time.
Exactly.
I'll say this, Mike. I don't know if they're trying to make LeBron the GOAT, but I think because it's such a conversation and content, and it's something that's captivated America, the whole debate, they keep pushing it because it makes people consume it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. We're gonna eat it up every time.
Yeah.
We gonna eat it up every time.
Yeah. So look, Heart and Soul said Draymond Green imploded that got Cleveland that championship that year. That's why I didn't like that when they suspended Draymond Green. You know what I mean? For that game. You know, I ain't
stay right there, Mike. Stay right there. Stay right there.
You don't think Draymond should have got suspended for that?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yo, as much as Draymond Green was doing that year, that was his second suspension that year.
I don't know.
He should have.
Yeah, come on now.
I don't know, bro.
Y'all cannot blame Cleveland for Draymond Green doing something stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Look at the timing of it, and look what the league did. They sat him down a game.
Let's look what he did. Look at the fact. Look what he did.
That was up 3-1. That wasn't a game 7 he got suspended for. You know what I mean? That was up 3-1 when he got suspended.
Okay.
They didn't know they was going to go 3 straight losses.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
I mean, now if somebody went to Draymond's dressing room and be like, "Yo, I need you to get suspended today," and he'd be like, "All right," then that's a different story. See, but what he did, Draymond did on his own.
Okay.
I never seen nobody do that though. You know what I mean? Like who can you remember anybody doing that on Boston, getting suspended for a game, or anybody doing that on Lakers?
Right, but but see, you gotta remember though, that wasn't Draymond's first suspension that year.
How much of an idiot Draymond is, though. That's what it speaks to. That speaks to how much of an idiot he is. Yeah.
Oh, and wait a minute, hold up. And then
maybe not. He got 4 championships. Maybe that was one of the things he had to do.
Yeah,
to earn his position. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Hardy Soul said Draymond Green became a LeBron super fan after that.
Yes, he has.
That's crazy.
Yes, he has.
After they beat him.
Them two tight like this right now, doing business and everything.
Yeah. And they had a relationship even before he got suspended. LeBron,
okay.
LeBron and Draymond was cool for that.
Is Draymond caught sports?
I think that they were the same.
If he's not now, I think he was. Yeah, I think if he's not, I think he was at one time. Yeah.
Yeah, they had some type of business arrangement even before Draymond. You know what I mean? Because people were surprised. You know, so that just was, that was crazy. But I want to go back to something. Futuristic said that Caitlin Clark is the face of all sports. I want to know how Futuristic figured that though. Like how is Caitlin Clark?
So she the face of the NFL too?
Everything. She said, Futuristic. I don't know if that's a male or female. Futuristic said all sports.
Hockey too, huh? She face of hockey too. Okay. All right.
Well, this is what I think. I can't speak for Futuristic, but this is the angle I think Futuristic is coming from. Right now in this sport, there is nothing more popular than Caitlin Clark right now.
Not even your boy in Kansas City?
Not more popular than her right now, no. Not at all.
You think?
I'm not saying she's better than anybody. It's just the popularity. Yeah.
I think I just think you gotta win. That's why, to be the face. I think if you're not winning, you could be one of the faces. You could share that stage because if don't nobody set themselves apart, then you go ahead.
Hey, Clayton, quick question. Clayton, would you ever say AI was the face of the NBA?
At one time, he was, yes.
If AI, then that means Jordan wasn't then.
No, that doesn't mean that.
It does. If you're saying that Allen Iverson was the face of the NBA, it can only be one face, right?
Yeah.
But AI played after Mike left. When AI went to that he continued to play after Jordan left. when AI stepped over Tyronn Lue in the finals, like they didn't win that, but during that time, AI was the most popular thing in the sport.
He was more popular
And not Kobe.
and not
He was
Diesel.
more popular than Kobe at the time.
I hear what you're saying. Hey, I think popularity in the face of the NBA might be a little different.
Yeah,
I respect that.
You know, because us as fans, all of us love AI. And we loved him more than Kobe at the time, and Diesel and Vince and all that. You know what I mean? Not Vince because he didn't win, but you know what I'm saying? As far as the face of the league, because what man said, AI had that controversy with him. You know what I mean? He was down in VA, and then, you know, with the pistol in the car, things like that. So I never really felt like, and then what's the name? Outlawed his crossover. David Stern, he outlawed the crossover stuff. They called a carry on it, so he had to stop doing it. You know, so that's why I'm saying I didn't think he was the face of the NBA.
But AI had a Tupac-like following.
Even though he was the most popular, I think, at one time.
yeah.
AI was like Tupac. AI was like Tupac. The masses of people felt him.
Well, he had a certain fan base, huh?
But you about to say something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think AI. I never thought AI was like the face of the league. I always thought he had like, you know, he was one of my favorite players, but I didn't think he was like the face.
Right.
You know, I never thought that though. But all right. So what Heart and Soul said, Caitlin Clark is the most marketable, and you know, and possibly not the most popular, but I guess that's what he's trying to say. I think Caitlin Clark is very marketable. I think because of like the and right now I think she is one of the faces as a rookie too. She one of the faces of the league. You know what I mean? Like she's sharing that spotlight with Asia Wilson. She's sharing that spotlight with what's the governor, Breonna Stewart. You know, but I think she's sharing it because those girls, right? They number one, they've been in the league before her, and number two, they've been, you know, they winning. Both of those girls are champions.
Right.
You know, the Liberty won championships, and then and Asia Wilson, she won back-to-back championships. Well, I don't know if the Liberty won. I know Asia Wilson had a championship when she played in she was in Seattle. They won a championship. But yeah.
I just feel like the WNBA, they don't want her they don't want her to overtake these stars because they have a own little fraternity that's involved. But this girl's games and television views and all that other stuff, she's separating herself from everybody.
Yeah, well,
the popularity is making her that.
That's my point, right? In order to be the
so
face,
I don't think she's sharing the spotlight. Go ahead.
That's my point, though, and I think she have to separate herself in some kind of way in order to be the face of the WNBA. That's why I said the thing about Mike Jordan and Bill Russell. They separated themselves, right? And so it was like with the way they played.
Mike separated himself because he came in the league flying through the air and dropping 60 and all that kind of stuff. I think Dr. J separated himself because of the way he played. Caitlin Clark separating herself because of the way she played. I understand what you think. You thinking the winning separates you, but I don't.
Caitlin Clark, her play is okay, but her play isn't an MVP caliber though. So it ain't Caitlin Clark's play.
I don't know.
I think she can. If she wins, she
will. I beg the difference.
But if she don't win, she'll be like she gonna share that stage.
Right. She ain't sharing the stage now.
I'm gonna tell you this though. With her stats now,
not to me.
With her stats now, if they win, say like they win it all. With her same stats that she have now, she'll definitely get the MVP. Because the winning was because the winning was
Caitlin Clark is averaging 17 points a game. I forgot how many rebounds and how many.
She averaged like 7 assists too.
Yeah.
She averaged
double digits.
She averaging over 8 assists a game.
All right, now
she lead the league.
Now she lead the league. Nobody talking about her winning the MVP that I've heard, right? But I bet
They starting to talk about it now, though.
But I bet you if she won the title this year with those same stats, and she won the title, I bet you she'll win.
Well, the MVP is going to get decided before the title. It's a regular season award.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that's why I think
if put it this way, if she moves up, if the Indiana Fever moves up in the standings more, watch what happens.
And what does that speak to, Clayton?
Huh?
What does that speak to? They're moving up in the standings. What does that speak to?
That speak to them. That speak to them winning.
Right.
That speak to them winning. Yeah.
All I'm saying. That's all.
Right. But what I'm saying to you is, even if they don't, that's not going to stop people from watching her.
No, ain't nobody said that.
Yeah. Now, as far as the MVP and all that, like to me, that don't make you the face of the league. What makes you the face of the league is the most popular.
To make you face of the league, fans, I think they can be separated. Like I said, the two don't have to be one of the same. You can be the most popular and the face of the league because you haven't won. You can be the most popular and be on the last place team, but they like the player. But if that don't transfer into winning games and winning titles, I think you wouldn't be the face of the league in that scenario. That's the point I'm making. That's all. You could be the most, the most captivating, to use your word, you could be the most captivating player, the most exciting player, everybody gonna tune in. But every game you taking an L, every game you holding an L, you're not in the playoffs, things like that. I don't think you could be the face of the league that way.
Let me give you an example of that. That's like the young lady who played in what's her name? Enrique. You know what I mean? Like she got snubbed 2 years, well, two times in a row for the female Olympic team, right? But every time she see them, she just give them that work, and they wondering why she's not on the team. But she's not winning. You know what I mean? Her team is not winning. And in my opinion, she one of the best scorers in the league.
But that's not why she's not on the Olympic team, because they're not winning. No, she got snubbed from the Olympics because it's a fraternity, it's a club, it's something different.
Yeah.
How many years she been in the league?
At least 5, I think. About 5 years.
That's the one that had, 30 in the second half or something of that game?
Yeah.
Well, no, I agree to say, if she missed 2 Olympic games, that means she's been in the league for at least 8 years.
Well,
I think she's been in the league 6.
She could have came in the first year. The first year she came in, what was the
I don't know.
So what is it, 2024? She could have came in like 19 or 20.
Right.
So her first year they was going there and she got snubbed. And now
if she okay.
Yeah, her first or second year she was in the league. Yeah. They went to the, you know what I mean?
Did she play the World Championships?
Huh?
She won the national championship in college.
Oh, okay.
Did she play the World Championship?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
Because that's the NBA team, that went this year, all those players played in the World Championship team. And they just drafted them over to the Olympics. That's why they didn't grab a lot of people.
They kept that same team intact.
Right. They kept that same team from the World Championship.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody was talking about. Well, Caitlin Clark should be on Olympics, but they had to justify the point that they brought the team from the World Championship over to play in the Olympics. That's why they didn't grab a lot. That is why they didn't grab anybody.
That's the justification for it.
Right. I mean, I think they should have grabbed it. They should have brought it over there just for GP purposes. Yeah. So they get more people watch.
Hey.
So where she go to college at, Mike? Real quick, where she go to college at?
She played at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Yep. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, she played at Notre Dame. So what about do y'all? They should have had Caitlin Clark on Team USA this year. Y'all agree with that?
Yep. Just like with Clinton State, because everybody going. They said they had a problem with fans. They say they wasn't even. The venue wasn't even full. If she was on the team, the venue would have been standing room only in there.
And let's not forget let's not forget too, the WNBA All-Star game. where they put the Olympic team against the WNBA All-Stars, was the most watched that they ever had, and the arena was sold out.
So they
and it was the same group of people
for that.
I think they did a good service. I think they would have did a disservice if they'd have put on there. So I think it was the best thing for her.
Why?
And also because first of all, that she needed the rest, but she already's facing a lot of resentment for the players in the league and stuff like that. So putting her on that team, it would have. I just think it would have been even messier. My opinion.
On the team and not play it like they did Jason Tatum or something.
Well, yeah, something like that. Yeah, but I just think she needed I think she needed that rest. Also, I think they smart because they following the narrative that's already worked at one point. It wasn't the Olympic snub, but it was an all-star snub. So I don't think it's a coincidence that after it happened, her coach leaked. She texted me talking about they woke up a monster. That's all theatrics. That's bullshit. But they got the narrative now. You understand what I mean? So it's driving viewership and it's going to drive eyes. Now she's coming back like revengeance.
You my man, boy. You the biggest conspiracy theorist, boy. You my man.
But see, I feel you, but I don't see it as being a conspiracy theory. I just see it as I've seen this before.
Well, I like that though. I like that.
Look, I think if Team USA could put Christian Laettner on with the Dream Team, why they couldn't have put Caitlin
I know.
They could have.
I know.
Oh, B. I agree. Let's not forget though, Christian Laettner won the championship that year.
Yeah,
that's true.
Okay,
he
wasn't the best player. He wasn't the best player in college basketball at the time, but he was the most marketable, won the championship. And let me say this again, and I'm not a conspiracy theory, I'm just pointing out facts. He's Caucasian.
Yeah.
I just want to put it out there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They try to fix it and say, well, he was the best fit. Diesel really wasn't a fit for him. They had their bigs or whatever because they had Dave Robinson and Patrick.
Christian Laettner's a big. Christian Laettner's a center.
Yeah, but back then he could stretch too. Back then he could stretch because he had a little face-up game. So they was like,
yes, he did.
They ain't need the lane clogged up. They spun it real well.
I thought it just was political because like Duke had that kind of pull. You know what I mean?
Right.
Duke had that kind of pull.
Right. Yeah.
I do think like if it had been like Grant Hill probably would have went that year if Grant Hill was, you know what I mean? If he was at Duke at that time, he would have went.
In front of Laettner.
That's true.
If you take Laettner off of Duke that year, and Grant Hill was on Duke.
It was Grant Hill. He would have went.
Grant Hill probably would have went too.
Yeah, look. Let's look. Christian Laettner made the last points to win the game. Okay, he was the face of what the college ball.
Yeah,
exactly.
He was the face of college basketball.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, he was. He was.
Yeah.
So that's why they did it.
Right. That's exactly why they did it. But I think Grant was on that championship team, Mike. I just think he was like a freshman. Grant
Hill was on that team.
Yeah, he was young, though. That was Christian Laettner's team, though. You know what I mean? He was
without a doubt.
So he was the leader of that team. Grant Hill was young.
Yeah, so he was in 4 straight Final Fours, man. Laettner was in 4 straight Final Fours, 2 titles. Yeah, like you said.
And let's not forget they beat up on Fab 5 now.
They beat the Fab 5. They came back and beat UNLV.
Yeah, they beat the Fab 5, UNLV. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I thought North Carolina beat the Fab 5.
No, Laettner and them did in the regular season.
No. Laettner and them beat in the regular season.
Right.
They didn't beat them in the tournament. They beat them in the regular season.
Right, and Michigan. They went in Michigan to beat them.
No, they did beat the Fab 5. You're right. The second time when Weber called the timeout, that was North Carolina. But the first freshman 5 was Duke. You're right.
Duke.
You're right. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, so let me ask y'all this, right? Do y'all think that because Isaiah just came out and said that did y'all hear that Isaiah just came out and said that the Bulls would have won a championship without Michael Jordan? Did y'all hear that?
Absolutely not. Because they didn't
hear that. didn't hear that.
I didn't hear it either, but if he made that dumbass statement, then we need to call him a dumbass statement.
Nah, you can't say that. You can't.
We can. We can absolutely say that was a dumbass statement because when Jordan left for 2 years.
No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about you can't say that you're going without him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can't say that.
Because Jordan left for 2 years and they didn't win.
Right.
Nah, it was 2 years he wasn't on the team and they ain't win. You can't say that.
Can't say that.
Isaiah is very calculated. It's all very calculated. He know what he doing. He know what he's saying.
we know the NBA is a brotherhood, but we know those two motherfuckers don't like each other for shit. No matter what goes down.
But you know what was crazy though? Isaiah said that his brother was staying with Mike for some. They had a relationship. That's what's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. And see,
sometimes you wonder.
Well, that just goes show like the old NBA, right? Compared to the new NBA. You got dudes out on the court now swapping jerseys and signing each other jerseys. But when it came down to it, these dudes really, you know what I mean? Like they really didn't like each other once it got time to play basketball. And that carried over into their, Magic was close to Isaiah at one time.
Hold up.
You know what I mean? But when they met in that championship,
let me tell you this. Right. Hold on. Let's not forget when the Bulls went to that first NBA Finals and they beat Detroit. Remember, John Sally was the only one that shook the hand after the game.
That's true.
No,
all the rest of the Detroit players walked off.
You know what was nasty though?
Dumas did too.
Dumas always was a class act. Yeah.
Dumas did too.
Yeah. You know what was nasty though? Isaiah, when Magic got diagnosed with HIV, Isaiah made some comments like kind of alluding to Magic's sexuality.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think Magic took offense to that. And that never gets brought up anymore.
He should have took offense.
But I think that's what really put a strain on their relationship more than anything.
You're right. And I remember Magic Johnson. Pat Riley told Magic Johnson when they was about to pay. See, that's why I say, man, back then, man, it was just winning, and that's it. Above all, you know what I mean? It ain't like Lombardi said. It ain't winning ain't everything. It's the only thing. He told Magic, he said, man, I need you to put whatever friendship you got to the side with Isaiah, because we trying to win. You know what I'm saying? We trying to win. He said, man, y'all be friends after the finals. Yeah. You know what I mean? Y'all be friends after that. That's why I always look at Charles Barkley side out when him and Mike played in the finals. Mike, you know where I'm going with it, Mike.
And let's not forget the fact too.
Wait a minute, go ahead, Tom.
No. He going out to eat dinner with Mike during the finals and everything. And I remember Elvin Hayes said something about that. Elvin Hayes say, man, what are you doing? He said Charles Barkley had never beat Michael Jordan in anything because he's too worried about being his friend.
Yeah.
Back then, listen, man, them dudes would kill you to win. You talk about Magic, Bird, Mike, Kareem. Them dudes would kill you to win. You know what I'm saying? And that's why Barkley never won, man. That's why he never won, man.
Well, I will say though, I will say Barkley left it all out on the floor because they came back.
In the documentary. Yeah, it's like in one of the documentaries.
I can't. You breaking up, man.
You freezing up, man.
My bad. I'm on the highway, guys. Go ahead and continue the conversation because I was going to say that that Magic and Larry Bird were enemies on the court, but friends off the court. You know what I'm saying? They had respect for each other, is what they called it, mutual team respect. But when they was on the court, they hated each other.
Yep.
It would have never been no jersey swap.
No.
You couldn't have a Laker jersey in Boston.
One time Magic fell and he was on the court. They was in Boston and the team trainers came out there to see about Magic. Bird was on the sideline say, suffer, motherfucker, suffer. You know what I mean? You ain't looking like, man, I hope you are. You know what I'm saying? You're like, no, suffer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was different, man.
Well, that tells you the nature of sports right now. Because my nephew plays pee-wee football, and everybody gets what is called a participation trophy. And when my sister told me that, I'm like, what the hell is a participation trophy? Well, we don't keep scores, so everybody wins. What?
Let me ask y'all.
I was about to say that. What's the point in keeping score?
Right.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all who do you think has more of a killer's mentality, right, on the court? Is it Caitlin Clark or is it Anthony Edwards? Just from watching those two play.
Caitlin Clark.
I mean, to me, I'm thinking Anthony Edwards.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm thinking Anthony Edwards.
You think so?
Because in my opinion, a killer mentality on the court is talking shit when you need to talk shit. To me, it's also when that game is on the line, you want the ball in your hand. That's the one thing to me that LeBron James does not have. He's always shown sometimes when the game is on the line, he will dribble and pass. Killers on the court want the ball in their hand from the beginning to the end. I want to win this. I don't see that in Caitlin Clark right now.
You don't?
No, I don't see it in Caitlin Clark right now.
I see, you know what? I just see an aggressiveness in her that I don't see in Anthony Edwards. That's why I said Caitlin Clark.
Yep. Be honest, I ain't seen a lot of Caitlin Clark. I ain't seen that much.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? But go ahead, Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
And the thing about that, and I see some similarities in Caitlin Clark that I did, Michael. Like she getting her butt beat out there, right? Every game, people pushing her, they saying stuff to her, and that's the same thing Michael Jordan went through, like in his early years in when he first hit the league, right? And so I think that's going to develop a certain kind of mentality. Whereas though I don't see Anthony Edwards going through that kind, you know what I mean?
So let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Do you see Caitlin Clark taking the last shot?
Yeah.
I see.
Or do you see her? Do you see her dribble, drive, and dish?
Depends.
To an open person.
It depends on the situation.
Right. Yeah. She gonna be like, it depends. Now she'll hit that shot. She gonna hit that
shot.
If the shot is available. Number one.
Yeah.
Or if she get double or triple team.
You know, she want the ball in her hands. I feel like whether she got a good or pass. She want the ball. You know what I'm saying?
And you go back to college. She pulled a walk-off three to win the game. It was a big game. Like she ain't afraid of that at all.
Well, she did that several times in college.
Yeah.
So that's
she's not afraid.
And that's not real big on that. You have to take the shot. One of my favorite players ever is Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson is a pass first type guy.
Yes.
If you want him to have the ball, you know what I'm saying? You want him to have the ball. You know what I'm saying? So all that you got to be the one that's taking the last shot. I really don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that.
I give her a coach a lot of credit now because she's starting to understand. Put that ball in that girl's hand and let her play make.
Well,
stop all this dumb shit.
Right, but then that's the difference
and all that nonsense. Yeah.
See, that's the difference to me between her and Anthony Edwards. I think Anthony Edwards has that instilled in him. Whereas though I think Caitlin Clark is being taught to be that killer.
No, I don't know about that. She been doing that. Yeah, that's how she plays, man. You gotta watch it.
You know, top of that, Anthony Edwards is not he's not the caliber of passer that Caitlin Clark is.
But I'm saying, but we're not. But we're talking. I'm talking about the ability to say, I want to take over this game. If it's in the third quarter, fourth quarter, last second, I'm going to take over this game. Give me the ball, and I will do what we need to do to win. That's right. Michael Jordan.
They were playing.
Kobe Bryant. You know, that's to me. That's the killer mentality. And I think Anthony Edwards have that.
They was playing the Mystics, and the Mystics was blowing them out all game. The last time they played the Mystics, this girl took over the fourth quarter. She wound up bringing them back within a point or two to try to win. I mean, she absolutely took over that fourth quarter. You remember that? I mean, and she talks trash. The other day, they was playing Seattle. The girl went to take a shot. She blocked the girl's shit and was talking shit to her, not even realizing the ball was right there. Then she realized the ball was right there and went and grabbed it. But She's standing there and talking shit like, get this shit out. I don't know, man. I think that girl got that aggressive nature.
Hey,
but I can't.
Look
But
what
I wouldn't
Anthony
say.
Edwards
I
did
wouldn't.
in
I wouldn't
the
take
second
one
round
over
of
the other, though,
playoffs.
Mike. Say that again.
I said, look what Anthony Edwards did against Denver in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying this. I'm not going to take neither one over. I can't make a choice between the two. But I'm just
let me
saying.
ask
I'm
you a
not going to
question.
say that girl don't got it though.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that she doesn't have it.
Yeah.
If you ask me the difference in between the two players,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm saying Anthony Edwards, because out of the superstars that Minnesota has, Anthony Edwards stepped up. And let's admit, he was in the beginning of the year, he was not considered one of Minnesota's superstars. He may be considered a star, but not one of the superstars. And he stepped his game up.
Do you think that showing against Denver, do you think he's definitely like superstar now? Since what he did in the playoffs?
Let me tell you, if it wasn't for the game in the playoffs, he would not have been on that Olympic team. They wouldn't put him on the Olympic team.
I'll probably agree with that.
I love him. Yeah. I love him, but I gotta watch more because I can't even say that I've seen a lot of him.
Yeah,
but I love him.
Let me tell you, his performance in the playoffs elevated him to superstar status at this time, so he can make comments like that, and we'll talk about it.
Well, but after a while though, when that honeymoon is over with, though, man, he gonna have to wait. He gonna have to back that stuff up, though.
And that's why I'm saying I don't think he's gonna be the face of the league.
Yeah,
because we were talking about him because of the fact what he did last year, and we know that was only a after the season type situation for him. Now he got to come in the league and do this for an entire season.
This is what I want y'all to do. This is what I want you guys to do. Pay attention. All right. So Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics just won the title, right?
Right.
Winner, right? Now you watch. Jason Tatum is not going to be the face of the league.
He's not. And I'm going to tell you why he's not going to be the face of the league. Because he's too humble and he's too quiet.
Okay, time out. Then let me say this. Now I'm gonna say something to you. Who is the face?
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole question.
Who's the face?
Who will be the face when LeBron leaves?
Right now, today.
Well, right now, to this point, right now, it's still LeBron.
Is LeBron a winner?
Yes.
He's got some titles, but listen. But when LeBron walked into the NBA from high school, they was trying to put him on that mantle.
But you know
why? Popularity. Because you know popularity.
Why? You know why? Because Kobe was getting old and Jordan was old.
Jordan was gone.
Jordan wasn't even there.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, but Kobe was getting older.
Right. Hey,
I'm just saying it's popularity.
How is LeBron? All right, so why not? How come Steph Curry is not the face of the league if Steph Curry got 4 rings just like LeBron?
Because
you answer that question.
I can answer that question.
No, Tunk was going to say something. What was you going to say, Tunk?
No, I'm going to let y'all go because LeBron is the face of the league right now. I think it's Joker.
You think it's okay?
The point I was trying to make, because that's what I thought you was going to say. The only point I was going to try to make, you can't make someone who hasn't won the face of the league. That just go back to my original point.
Right.
So
That's my point too.
Yeah, if you say Joker, 3-time league MVP and a 1-time champion, you're not putting somebody up there that's the face of the league that hasn't won anything. That's the only point I'm making. That's the only point I'm making. That's why Luka won't. That's why Luka's
I want to say this, right? Go ahead. Like Heart and Soul said right now, ain't no face of the league. And I agree with that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nobody, no one has separated themselves from nobody else.
Right. That's why they asking the question, who's going to be the next? Exactly.
So
and that's
go ahead, man.
I go and say, and that's what I was talking about 2 weeks ago when we was on the podcast. The NBA has to now manufacture a face because they didn't continue the process when they knew LeBron was getting older. Now, if Steph Curry still had another 10 years left, Steph Curry would be the face of the NBA right now.
But that's why I say I didn't think LeBron was, because he had like the end of his career. You know what I'm saying? That's
right. So Steph Curry and LeBron are sort of in the same era.
Yeah, they
The
are.
NBA has always NBA has always set up for what I call who's next. You had Magic and Bird, you had Jordan, you had Shaq and Kobe, you got LeBron. Their next isn't there.
So
That's plain and simple.
All right.
But
So
he's right.
You got the Joker. He's sharing that stage. The Joker is up there. Then you have let me see. Who won it? Giannis. He's a winner right now. He won a championship.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what.
Jason Tatum.
I'm gonna tell you what does it. I'm gonna tell you what does it. And the thing that we don't realize about the next up. The next up is when you see a little boy on the playground make a shot and yell that player's name. That's that next up. So you make a jump and you go, Steph. That's how you know what that next player is. When them kids look up to that.
Let me ask you this. Because in my opinion, like only person besides Michael Jordan who had people emulating on the court probably is Steph. Like, what signature move do LeBron have that a kid could be out on the playground and be like, oh, LeBron, he doesn't.
But LeBron's presence,
Mike had the flair, Mike had the tongue out the mouth. That's it. That's what, you know what I mean? So if anybody could be the face of the league, it should have been Steph.
But it wasn't because Steph would have been, but he's playing with LeBron.
Right. I can
okay.
Go with that.
He would have been. No doubt. If Steph would have played 10 years from now, he'd have been the face for the next 7 to 8 years. No doubt about it. But he's playing with LeBron. Yeah. That's like Shaq. Okay. Shaq was dominant in all aspects of his game. But by the fact he played in an era with Jordan and Kobe, we don't talk about Shaq as much.
Well, the reason we don't talk about Shaq as much is because Shaq didn't elevate himself above everybody else.
But he was a winner.
Yeah, he won. But
so let me ask you a question. With Shaq game, if Kobe or Jordan didn't play in his era, you say we still wouldn't have been talking about how great Shaq was?
Yeah, hell yeah. Shaq ain't need
no. That's what I'm saying.
You know, he was Batman. Right. He didn't need a Robin. But
that's what I'm saying. But he wasn't Superman.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. He wasn't Superman. Jordan was Superman. Kobe was Superman. And LeBron is Superman. That's it.
So look. All right, let me ask y'all this then. So, because Heart and Soul said that Steph Curry just turned 36 and only got about 3 more years left, right? So what if Steph Curry win a ring and LeBron don't win another ring? Then where do they rank then? How do you rank those two then?
You still don't rank them in front of LeBron.
Right, you still don't. No. Still don't.
KD came and gifted them 2 of them.
What?
Yeah, you still don't. Hey, that's like,
that was on that's true, but that was on Steph's team though.
Yeah, but KD was the best player on that team.
Right.
Both times.
Yeah, both times.
Yeah, both
absolutely.
times.
Yeah. I don't know if Steph winning another ring makes him any more popular than what he is.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point. That's a great point. It's like at a certain point, at a certain point, when you're a great player and you already accomplished the ring portion of it, the rings won't matter anymore. Because they're going to already look.
Jordan.
No. Michael Jordan doesn't even have the most rings.
No, but
that's what I'm saying. The person that what do you mean the modern era? I don't even understand what that statement is. What's the modern era?
Because if you don't consider Bill Russell a part of like the modern era basketball.
Well, Mike been going 20 years though.
But Mike, even in the modern era, Mike doesn't have the most.
Who?
Robert Horry has most. Right.
We're not talking about Robert Horry, man.
No, I'm talking rings.
But see, I don't consider Mike modern era because Mike retired 22 years ago. His rookie season was 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
I'm modern era. I'm considering modern era from 1980 on, like when Bird and Magic.
So you're talking really like the last 35 years.
Listen, if you want to talk straight rings, Michael doesn't have the most. That's it. Facts
No,
prove
yeah,
that.
I'm not saying
Mike
about
does.
the brand.
No matter how bad my Robert Ory's career was, no matter if he was always the eighth man on a winning team, he still has more than Michael Jordan does. So we can't
Who?
equate that as making Michael Jordan great.
Who always had more than Mike? Who got more rings than Mike? You
Robert
said
Ory.
Robert Ory?
Havlicek got 8. You know, most of them Boston dudes got more than Mike. So you know, like Havlicek, what's my man name? The guard. I can't think. Man.
And let's remember though, a lot of the guys when they talk about Michael Jordan, it is really not the point that he had 6. It's the point that he did 3-peats twice,
Right.
which has not been
that's
done. Right.
That's serious.
That's the point. He didn't did them 3-peats twice. So that's where Michael Jordan legacy really comes in. It ain't the point of the 6 rings. It's the point that he did a 3-peat twice and never went to a game 7.
And never lost the finals too.
Right. And never went to a game 7.
Right. And
Let's not talk about that. He never went to a game 7.
And that's what my man Heart and Soul just said. MJ never played a 7th game in the finals.
Right.
So look,
that's where Jordan legacy is coming in at big time.
Let me ask. Did we talk about this last week? I just did a video last week, right? So we didn't talk about it. Lately, like Sam Cassell, Mario Ellie, who else said something? Kenny Smith said that they would have beat the Rockets would have beat Jordan if Jordan didn't retire. I said
they would have.
Huh?
They would have. I'm gonna tell you why.
So,
I'm gonna tell you why. Clayton, I see you. I'm gonna tell you.
Ain't say nothing, Tom.
No, I'm gonna tell you why. For the simple fact that the way Phil Jackson coached, Phil Jackson never doubled anybody. Right? He never double teamed no one.
Right.
Olajuwon would have went off. People fail to realize in them 2 years that Mike, the years that Mike was winning, they was playing Houston, right? So before Mike retired, you know them 2 games they played 1-1. They was beating Mike in them. They only played twice a season, but they was beating Mike in them. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because they would never double with King, and King would just go off on him. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Let me say this because I'm gonna throw some stats at y'all. I'm sorry, let me throw some stats at y'all. Now, Houston went to the championship game, the NBA Finals, the first year Mike was gone, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
The year that Michael Jordan won before he left, who did they play in the finals?
Phoenix.
Okay.
Phoenix was number 2. Wasn't Phoenix number 2 or number 3?
That was number 3. Portland was number 2.
Yeah,
Phoenix was number 3.
Okay. So the year that Michael Jordan and them beat Phoenix, who was on that Houston team that year?
Yeah. Good question.
Who was on the team?
That's a great question. Sam wasn't there. No. But they had most of that team.
Right. So for them to say that was going to happen,
who phone ring?
I can't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't agree with that situation because the simple fact is that Houston team did not change from that 1 year.
Not that much. That's right.
So you still had Drexler.
It's all about matchups too, though, and it's all about matchups. And let me say this: if you got a team where you know you got to double Dream, you got to double him, and make them other guys make shots, and them other guys not making shots, I call that good coaching. But if you're gonna let King play straight up and just let him do whatever he want to do, no, man.
But see, this is the thing with that, Tom. And I'm okay with that because a Dream ain't gonna score 100, and so I don't want to double because they're too talented.
Right.
So that's smart coaching, in my opinion. I'm just gonna say this: Michael Jordan. There's a lot of teams that beat them in the regular season, and might have beat them 2 games in the regular season. So I can't. Michael had a way of imposing his will over a game, and whatever was needed in crucial moments, he seemed to be able to come through and make a play.
That's true.
So to beat them 4 times, It's to me, it's hard for me to see that.
Let me say this about Hakeem.
Yeah.
Before you chime in, let me say this about Hakeem and what he would have faced against Mike. Because remember, when they Mike, they didn't want to double Patrick Ewing. They ran into that issue before with Patrick Ewing. They didn't want to double Patrick Ewing. So they went and got what was the dude named Cartwright. Because they knew that they could not stop. They couldn't stop Pat on that block. But they wanted Cartwright. His only job was to push Patrick Ewing off of those blocks and make him a jump shooter. And so every time they faced, that's what they did. And I think they would have made that adjustment without double teaming. And that's what championship teams do. They know that they can't.
That's what championship teams do.
It got to be man to man.
And let's not forget the fact that let's not forget the fact that the Bulls that year had Tony Kukoc on their team, which was one of the first power forwards that could shoot the three.
But I thought Tony didn't join until Mike left, and then he was on the second three-peat.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. Oh, you saying so the Houston, right? I got you. Yeah.
And then that's what. All right. So what was you saying though? Let's not forget what.
But King was a way more offensive threat.
Yes.
He was a threat. Yes. So if you're gonna try to put, and everybody love Dennis. Me too. He'd ate Dennis lunch. He'd have ate his lunch all day, every day.
You would have eaten Dennis lunch.
A King would. A King would have. Would he ate?
But Dennis wasn't there. Dennis wasn't there yet. So, I get you.
I
got
you. I'm getting the teams mixed up there.
Dennis wasn't there yet.
Yeah, I'm getting the teams mixed up. You talking about the Tony? You talking about the Luke Longley? You talking about the Luke Longley?
Yeah, he would have cooked them. He would have cooked all them guys. I agree with that.
Yeah. And then,
but here's the thing, though. Houston, the auxiliary pieces, Scotty, Mike. That defensive tenacity, they would have turned them guys over. It would have been all kinds of aspects to the game, not just.
Do you know that King it goes down as the greatest defensive center ever? Do you know?
I do know that. I'm a King Olajuwon fan.
Because we argued about that one time too. You're right.
Yeah.
Robert Ory was 6'10". He played center when he was at Alabama. He's 6'10". He's long, wingspan.
Yeah.
They had Otis Thorpe at the 4. He was a buyer and a rebounder. Man, I'm telling you that.
But they like to man's point. The year before that, they couldn't even get to the finals. I'm just saying, man. Those auxiliary pieces, man. Mike and them. And plus, they go to a different level in the playoffs defensively and stuff.
You can say, well, the year before that. They ain't go to the final. Well,
I just said they struggled to get there. They didn't get there.
Good point, and you're right. But I can say 4 years before they won 3 in a row, they didn't get you the final. You know what I'm saying? Talk about Chicago. So I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying it's close. I'm just saying there's close proximity with those teams. The Bulls won a title while they was there, while that team was together.
Well, it's always like. Just like I go with, I don't think Mike and them would have beat. Well, they didn't beat the prime Boston team. I can say they wouldn't have beat the Showtime Lakers team. I can say that.
Okay,
we'll never know.
Say that. Right.
We'll never know.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I would love to see Mike and them against Diesel and Kobe. I'd love to see that. You know what I'm saying? So
I tell you what we did see. It wasn't Diesel and Kobe. But it was Diesel and Penny, and they swept that ass. Once Mike got his legs under him, and Rodney came, they swept that ass.
Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. You know what I mean? Correct me if I'm wrong. Penny ain't Kobe, is it?
No, he's not Kobe.
Okay.
He's not Kobe.
And when
he's not Kobe.
I don't mean literally. I mean he ain't Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right. I'm agreeing with you.
And I'm telling you that.
But
we argued this
one. Penny was a bad boy, though. But go ahead.
And we argued this, too. That wasn't prime Diesel either. That wasn't the prime Diesel.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know.
Diesel was 2000 in LA. That's
I hear you.
Diesel. Not in
I don't
96.
know, but he was young and dumb and it running that for. I don't know, man.
Prime
I
Diesel.
understand he probably had more. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we argued that before. We ain't got
Yeah,
put up again.
yeah.
We argued
I
that
don't know.
think-
Yeah.
We argued
I
that like
just-
15 minutes before.
yeah,
Yeah, like 15 minutes before.
yeah.
I just think like I think that it would have just been a whole. You'd have been asking Hakeem. That was their only advantage. That you know what I mean. Like you would have been asking Hakeem to just like play like Superman because
And
everybody else, huh?
And it's not Mike's fault. It's not Mike's fault. And I'm not. Don't let it come across. I don't want to come across like it is his fault. But during his run, his 2 threes, he never faced the dominant center. You know what I'm saying? During his 2-3 piece, he never faced the dominant center.
Who Mike never did.
No. You know, they had Seattle, they had Utah twice, they had the Lakers, they had Portland. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
But I still like to think that getting there, beating Orlando was facing a dominant center.
Yeah, that's why I thought in the East he like. That's why I brought up Patrick Ewing. You know,
I thought we were talking about the finals. All right, well, yeah, I thought we were
Well, yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. In the finals, he didn't. Yeah.
In the finals, he never did. He never faced a dominant center. That's why I always brought up like in the East when he went through Patrick Ewing, because a lot of times they said like that was the championship game right there. That
was the championship series. Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the way you got Anthony Mason, you got Charles Oakley, you got Patrick Ewing. What's the
people don't remember.
Charles,
Mike,
what was it? Huh?
Mike, people don't remember, Mike. The Knicks was up 2-0. The Bulls ran off 4 straight.
Yeah, they was up. I know they was up.
They ran on 4 straight, man. And the Knicks had lost 4 straight games the whole season.
Yeah.
Lost 4. That's why Pat Riley wanted to shoot everybody.
Yeah.
He wanted to shoot everybody. Yeah, man. Where man go, man? This thing cut out.
Yeah, or he might have got to the golf course. He might have
probably there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's where he goes right to. Okay. Yeah.
Well, but I'm
Go
ahead,
I will say this though, like as far as the King thing, and not to bring the W into this, but I think the Minnesota Lynx is a good example. And I know we was a couple shows back, we was thinking about who would win that title. Will Aces repeat? But I'm a compare it to why Akeem being the centerpiece and why you don't double team. So the Indiana have been on a run. Like they came off the break winning 2 good teams, and auxiliary pieces getting wide open looks. They're getting wide open looks because so much attention to Clark. So she's giving them wide open space to shoot. But what Minnesota did yesterday, they let Clark go one-on-one and they shut down the auxiliary pieces. Yeah. This is what championships do. So with the Bulls, they did a lot of that. Phil Jackson had that mind. He understood the game.
Nobody.
I'm not doing that because I'm not going to give pro basketball players wide open looks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say this, Mike. I think Minnesota Lynx, I think they're going to creep in and win that title this year in the W.
Oh, yeah. You think so? The Minnesota Lynx?
I don't think the Aces getting there. No.
You know what? Now, I agree that I think that the Aces are falling off, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that, like, the Aces are, I'm thinking that the Aces, they asking too much of Asia. You know what I mean? Like, she doing too much. She need more help.
Yeah.
Basically, I think Asia Wilson just need more help. But yeah,
but they got a super team. But I'm just gonna say this. I just think that at certain positions, like the point guard Gray, she's slower now. She's more. See, teams understand this, and even Minnesota coach said this yesterday. Pace, push pace. This is why the Olympic team had trouble with France. Push pace. Vegas, they can't match that at this stage.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They're a slower team.
She like to set up like magic. Chelsea Gray, she likes to set up like Magic, but she don't push like Magic. If you understand, they more of a half-court offense type team. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at Minnesota, Mike, all 5 of their players at any given time can go for 30.
Yeah.
And they play the best defense in the league.
Did Minnesota beat Indiana?
Yeah, they beat them last night.
Oh,
absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they shut them down in the first quarter and the third quarter.
Yeah.
Second quarter, Indiana came to life.
Yeah.
But that third quarter and first quarter was the difference. And the fourth quarter kind of was a stalemate, but they couldn't come back. They got within like 3, but that was the closest they got. Yeah.
You know what I think about though? That's what I'm saying about this girl, Caitlin Clark. Like if she makes it so, if Caitlin Clark makes it so that you don't have no choice but to double team her, then that's you know what I mean. If she demand a double team, then that's what's going to set her team apart from, you know what I mean? Because
well, she do demands that because the pace she pushing and stuff. You want to stop that. You know what I'm saying? You want to stop that.
Yeah.
Now, like with Minnesota, they understood she was going to push pace, so they made sure that the other auxiliary pieces they was able to handle and maintain, even though she pacing, pushing pace. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going to let you have that outlet. So she wound up going for 20-something last night, but she only had 8 assists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of that. Yeah, because of that kind of.
So that's what I'm saying. So you got to take, you can't let her have 20 points and then have double figures in assists. You know what I mean? So you got to take something off the table as far as Caitlin Clark is concerned, because then she and so Heart and Soul said the same thing you did, right? He said that Jackie Young is slow. I mean, but
Jackie Young,
Jackie, they still got Jackie Young.
Yeah, Jackie Young dope. Yeah. Great slow. Yeah, great slow. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think that's gonna be like they undoing, like come to playoffs, that they can't keep up? You think that might be the undoing of the team?
Yeah. I just think Minnesota has got the best balance and they got the best defense. They play the best defense in the league.
Minnesota?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
So
and they can score. It's not just defense. I'm not particularly a fan of their coach, but she's a smart coach.
You know, coach in Minnesota you talking about, right?
Yeah, Cheryl Reeves. Yes.
I like Cheryl Reeves, man. Why you don't like Cheryl Reeves?
I just don't like her energy. I don't like her energy. Just because some things are unnecessary. Like, you know, you talking about I don't give 2 shits and all that.
I think because she know the game. I like Cheryl.
She knows the game. Yeah.
She reminds me of the big tuna in football. You know what I mean? Like what's
Bill Parcells.
Cheryl Reeves knows she know the game, and then she don't take no stuff off nobody. You know what I mean?
No, she don't. And I don't get me wrong, I respect her now. She's a great coach. I'm just saying I don't like her vibe. That's all I was saying. Yeah, I'm not a fan of her.
She reminds me of the big tuna in football. She don't be. All right, let me see.
And I'm gonna say this, Mike. I wish I was watching the W when Maya Moore was playing.
Yeah,
I went back and watched her. Yeah, she was doing shit. Well, you know the athleticism we talk about, reverse layups, catching. She was really very similar to Mike. And look, her last shot, the last shot she took in the W to win the title, was like Mike in Utah. She held it up.
Yeah.
Oh, she was bad.
A lot of people
and on defense.
She decided to retire, boy. They say a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, Maya Moore was bad. You know that's.
I wish I watched her. I never watched. I wished I would have watched her, man. Yeah.
You need to check out Cynthia Cooper too. You know.
I've seen Cynthia Cooper. I've seen Cynthia Cooper.
Bad too.
Yeah, she was bad girl. Yeah. But it's just Maya, man, that flair. Yeah. Oh my goodness, man. And did you see the girl that Caitlin record broke? Tisha, whoever? They had the assist record.
She made a video, I think, about it. Congratulations.
She let go back and watch her highlights.
Yeah.
Dog. The passes she did, nah, great dog. I'm talking about. Just all I can say is go watch it. That's all I can say. Go watch it. Oh my God, she was bad, man, with that assist game. Bad, bad. Yeah, this girl is bad. Kaya, what they first say?
Yeah, so what Hard Soul said, Minnesota is good and Fee Collier don't get injured.
Yes.
They still had the best record.
They would have had the best record. Yeah, she went off last night, 31. That girl nice.
Yeah.
She is nice. Yeah. So yeah, I'm starting to, the Aces is dope. They got a team, they got some controversy and all that. I just think Minnesota is the team to beat. I even think they'll beat the Liberty right now.
Where the Aces in the stand? Where the Aces in the stand?
Say that again, Tom.
I say where the Aces, where they at in the stands?
I think they like 4 for
3 or 4.
Yeah, overall. Yeah, I think they overall they like 4 or 5 or something like 4 or something like that. Yeah.
I'm surprised though that the Aces has lost as many games as they did. You know what I mean? With the talent.
They back to back though. Ain't they back to back? You think it's a little bit fatigue? You think it's a little bit we're turning on when the playoffs start type of thing? You know, some teams like that, I'm not saying they are because I'm not familiar with them, but when teams had that success like that, they like, man, we'll just wait to the playoffs when it's really time to play and we're turning on.
You know why I think it's not that though? Because I watched Asia Wilson do an interview and she was saying like she talked like they talk about basketball like old school. She was like every possession. She said, I cherish every possession out there. So if you get, that's how Mike used to think. You know what I mean? Like she don't believe in turnovers. She believe in protecting the ball every possession. She want to get a good shot every possession. So I just think it might be fatigue. You know what I mean? It might be like the whole team. It might just be fatigue, and she just trying to carry and will her team to the. That's tough. That's tough though.
It's gonna be tough. But I just think the Lynx gonna hang the banner. That's just what I think.
I want to see like
the Liberty having a great season. Liberty bad. They bad. Yeah. But they lost to Connecticut. They lost to Connecticut last night.
Yeah.
They
go back and forth with Connecticut though. Because they beat Connecticut earlier this year.
Yeah. But I'm just saying right now it's playoff push.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah. So anyway, but I just wanted to bring that thing up in terms of double teaming. I just saw Minnesota. They showed me a lot with that last night. That they and I go back to Phil, not double team. Like to me, that's the key. I got mad at Larry Brown because I thought after they won game 1 against the Lakers, I thought he gave the Lakers the championship by doubling Kobe. The Lakers was just too deep. If Kobe gonna beat you with 100, let him. But I'm not doubling them.
That's that old school coaching mentality, though. No double team. You gotta be able to.
I'm gonna tell you this, right? I come from the Kobe. I would double Kobe from the simple fact Kobe was a better scorer than he was passing. So if I'm making him pass, he ain't comfortable passing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I might get him to turn it over. He definitely gonna force some shots. So what I mean? I look at it from that standpoint. What is he more comfortable doing? Somebody like Magic Johnson, I never double him. You know what I'm saying? I never double him. You know what I'm saying? Because he more comfortable passing than shooting. You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, Kobe as a passer, his heart is not in it because his nature
not in it.
Right.
Cool. You know what I mean? Even if they win, his heart not in it. You know what I mean? Let me read this. Heart and Soul said, and this one thing I appreciate about the girl Caitlin Clark, right? He said Caitlin Clark gave Tish props. You know what I mean? From for the history of the game. She always praises the previous stars. Maya Moore is actually her favorite.
That's her biggest idol. Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's her favorite ball.
That's her biggest role model. Maya Moore.
Yeah. I'm really starting to become a fan of that girl, man. I like watching her play.
Who's talking about Caitlin Clark?
Yeah, I do. I really like the way she plays.
You got it. I like watching the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No doubt.
And I'm gonna say this about our hometown girl. I love what Angel, how hard she worked. I'm gonna say this: those 20 rebound games, she's had
Yeah,
2 of them now
Damn.
since
yeah,
coming from the Olympic break, right? And she's
Damn.
averaging a double-double. But them 20 rebound games is taking so much energy that is affecting her offensive side of the floor. So she might get a double-digit points, they low, but she's shooting 3 for 15 to get it, or 4 for, so
yeah. So
it's
she not efficient.
impressive. She's not efficient on the offensive end. Yeah.
Yeah,
She's taking a lot of shots just to get 12 points.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's the only thing. And I think, but I appreciate how hard she worked and how she go for them rebounds, but it
yeah.
affects
Do
her
you
on the
think?
other end.
Do you think
Mhm.
ultimately that's what her focus is on more so rebounding than scoring? You think
I
Mm,
think so. But look,
I just think her focus is just play hard, get the ball, do whatever, because she's trying to score too. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I just think, but yeah, I think
But
that's what
look,
it is. Her heart is in it,
my thing about that though, Clayton, is all right. So
Mhm.
she gonna need somebody else on that team though that can really score like that, because you can't get double rebounds and score at that. That's a lot of energy. Now you can.
Well, it's helping out like now because Cardosa is becoming very efficient.
Oh,
She's scoring 18, 20, but you got Kennedy Carter can score. The problem with Kennedy Carter is her attitude. Like, so
yeah.
I honestly believe that it's something going on with her emotionally.
I think so too. I think
Yeah,
so.
and I think they really should try to sit her down and give her some evaluation because
where's that energy directed towards the opposition or
No,
towards
it's
like?
for her team.
it's all over the place.
Oh,
Opposition, a team, but it's all over the place.
Yeah,
They ain't getting enough credit. See, I recognize her throwing temper tantrums, but her temper tantrums are becoming on the violent side. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Yeah, and I used to suffer from temper tantrums. When
yeah,
I didn't get my way, I would break stuff, throw stuff. You know
yeah,
what I mean. So I can recognize that in her, and that's a shame because this girl comes in and get maybe 20 some minutes and outscore everybody. She's so quick, aggressive, athletic, but
yeah.
at the same time, she hurting her team.
do you think
Crucial
she's going
moments,
to one out?
she making crucial fouls.
She going one
Huh?
out? You think she going one out? Like go somewhere else and play? You think
Well,
that?
I think they're gonna wind up getting rid of her.
You
I
think
don't
so?
think. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know. Teresa Witherspoon like her energy and everything, but from an organizational and brass standpoint,
yeah,
you gotta. Yeah, that's just not good, man. She gonna
yeah,
hurt somebody. She gonna hurt somebody.
yeah. Let me read these last two comments by
Mhm.
Heart and
One
Soul.
more.
Inescu battling injury, and so has Stewart. They got to stay healthy if
Mhm.
they want to beat the Lynx, right? And so,
Yeah.
yeah, I think health is going to play a big part of, what I mean, coming
Yes.
down towards this
Yes.
this playoff push, man. And
Yep.
yeah, Reese is the
Yes.
Rodman and Malone. Reese, let me see. Reese needs to get rebounds and passes out for better shots.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah, yeah,
Yep. I mean, she come down the lane the other night. That girl left her a nice pass, and she's so spent. Easy layup. She didn't even get it up. It just pinched in between the backboard and the rim. She tried to do a layup in the front, just hitting the front of the rim. A layup. She just scooping it up there. I just think she spent, all that energy she putting out.
Now back in the day they used to say Moses used to do that to rebound and get a better shot, and
yeah.
all the while padding his
Yeah.
rebound stats, right?
Oh,
So do
okay,
you
yeah,
I
think,
don't
that
think
might
she's
be in
doing
play?
that. I don't think she's doing that.
yeah,
Gotcha.
No, I don't think she's doing that.
yeah,
No, she's trying to make them baskets. She's just.
Right.
I hope she has a great off season where she really starts developing her footwork, developing some stuff around that basket to make it easier for herself.
What'd you say, Tom?
Right? Like when she was in school, was she like more of a scorer in school than she is now, or it's almost been like pretty much the
No,
same?
she's always been a scorer and a defender.
Okay.
Yeah, she could
Yeah,
score in college.
So in school she was
She could
averaging what,
score,
maybe
but you got to remember,
15 points or something.
yeah. I
yeah,
mean,
she was averaging something good. Yeah.
also I think at the college level it was easier for her to score though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Than it is.
Yes.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, she's a very big. She's a big in the women's game. She's a true big, and she pushes that weight around. She's strong, so she was getting position. She was doing what she had to do, and she could score that basket in college. But on this level, you know, you're getting some more of that out there, and it helps that she got Cardoza because you know,
yeah, Cardoza.
two big bodies down there. Yeah.
All right, I'm great.
A little bit, man, with them fundamentals and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm great.
But but that's
all right. So yeah, man, this was another good podcast, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man, me too, man. Yeah, you know, I try to tune in as much as I can, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I want everybody to make sure that they go to Amazon and pick up my man Clayton book, Trauma, My Love Letter to the World. And check it out. And support, we appreciate it.
I got signed off, y'all. I got 7%. My phone gonna be black out on us. But yeah.
All right.
But
appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Mike. Be on the lookout though, all right?
All right,
okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Appreciate you.
All right, man. Respect.
All right. All right, man. I appreciate everybody who tuned in. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate all the support. And don't forget to tune in every Sunday at 11 a.m. And that's when we have our live shows. And we appreciate, the support we get, like I said. And, don't be afraid to participate in the chat. I want to say I appreciate everybody who participated in the chat. Heart and Soul. Who else was in here? It was a few people in here, but yeah, I want to say I appreciate everybody who participated in the chat, and we will check you all out next weekend. And with that being said, we'll see y'all. Peace. I'm out.